To understand sound, you can play one more game. Have you ever made a phone of your own? You know you can make it yourself. You can take two cans and then pass a thread through it, and you can have a very long thread. So, if your friend will speak through one can, you can put your can onto your ears and you will be able to hear. Isn't it interesting? So, you can try it yourself. Now, to understand how do we hear? Which organ helps us to hear? Yes, of course, these two ears. They are not meant only to be pulled up by teachers or parents, they are actually for hearing. Now, this outer part, which is the spread out part, this is called external ear or the pinna. This external ear kind of collects the vibrations of sound, the sound waves, and directs them through a tunnel like structure, like this, a tube like structure. This tube ends up at a membrane stretched called eardrum. So, when the sound waves come and strike the eardrum, it starts vibrating. Something like when you, either with hand or in case of drums, when you use those small sticks on drums, or when you use hands on a tabla, the membrane, the stretched membrane starts vibrating. Here also the eardrum is like a stretched membrane and it starts vibrating. Next to the external ear ends here. Next to it is the middle ear. This is the middle ear. In the middle ear there are these three bones, 1, 2 and 3. Now, what we find is that these vibrations are passed on to these three bones. These are the smallest bones of our body. If you carefully look at the last bone, it is somewhat like the strip used for mounting a horse. This is also called stapes. So, this vibrations pass through these three bones and then they pass through this structure which is called cochlea. This is the inner ear. Now, why should there be cochlea? Cochlea magnifies the sound and then it is passed on to a special nerve called auditory nerve. It is the auditory nerve which carries the sensation of hearing to the brain, and our brain through past experience is able to identify the sound and then give instruction to take proper action. For example, if you are walking through a lawn and you see a snake, a hissing sound comes, then immediately that sound is passed on to the brain and brain is able to identify that there is a snake nearby. Even a mosquito, when it is biting, if it is near your ear, it produces a very peculiar sound. It is very irritating, but then it tells us that mosquito is around, isn't it? Another interesting thing for snakes, I was reminded of, snakes, we say that they dance to the tune of that bean, but actually snakes do not have ears, but yes, they can pick up sound. The moment sound vibrations. The moment we see a snake and we out of fear try to run away, the vibrations created by our running are what is picked up by the snake, and then snake, to protect itself, tries to hit us. So, that is why they say the best way to deal with a snake is just stand still, do not move, do not create vibrations. Actually, what is the meaning of this? The scientific reason is that if you will not get panicky, you will not feel scared, you will not try to run and create vibrations, there are every chances that snake will just move away and you will be saved. This external ear is present only in the mammals. It is not there in amphibians, it is not there in fishes or reptiles or even the birds.